Yo, what's going on? This is the Cartere Show. I am your host, Cartere, and in this episode, we are going to be talking about success. So, stay tuned. This episode of the Cartere Show podcast is sponsored by me at growonyoutube.com. If you want to grow your YouTube gaming channel, then growonyoutube.com is the place to go. I just released my new book, A Gamer's Guide to Greatness, which will show you how to grow your YouTube gaming channel and turn it into a business. You can get that at growonyoutube.com/guide. If you want to grow your YouTube gaming channel and turn it into your career, make a full-time living, become a full-time YouTube gamer, actually build a business around it, then this book is for you. If you just want to live off AdSense and become a big YouTuber and be broke, then this book is not for you. It's not for anyone who wants overnight success or anything like that. But go to growonyoutube.com/guide if you think this will be helpful for you. You can see the reviews of happy customers who have purchased the book already and are now using the strategies in there to grow their own YouTube gaming channels. Now, I basically created the book that I wish I would have had when I first started out on YouTube. I've spent a variety of years. I think I started in around 2011 and I did a lot of experiments, a lot of research, a lot of trial and error in order to find out what actually works. So I've distilled all of that and put it into this book, this guide, so you guys can know what works and grow your YouTube gaming channel. I've grown my YouTube gaming channel to over 24,000 subscribers. When this comes out, it'll probably be even more than that. I don't know. It's continually growing. It's always growing, and it's going to continue growing because I know what works. I know what works now, and I've put that in this book to show you what works. And if you want that, go to growonyoutube.com/guide. Now let's get into the episode. So, I had a thought this morning, and I thought, you know what? Let's record a quick podcast about it. Let me share my thoughts in audio format. Basically, I have seen this occurrence many a time, and it usually proves itself to be right. And that thing is, people who aren't doing shit in their lives are the people who are most likely to be upset at other people's success. And you know, it sounds very obvious. If you ain't doing shit, then you're going to be upset at other people's success and whatnot. But it all stems from insecurity and unhappiness. And really, I just want to inform you guys, because I'm thinking if you're listening to this, you're probably the type of person who, you know, you want to improve yourself in some way. Because you're listening to my podcast, you must care about self-improvement and being better in some way, I believe. If you're listening to this podcast, because it's what I heavily believe in, and it's what I've been preaching and all that sort of stuff. If you hated that sort of shit, then you probably wouldn't be listening to this podcast, because it will turn you off, because you don't want to hear about self-improvement and all that sort of stuff, because you can't be bothered to do it. But, you know, I just want to get that out there and let you know that if you ever are sitting around and maybe you're looking on Twitter or something, or you're on the internet and you're on your phone and you see someone being like someone successful or something, and your first reaction is that they don't deserve it or some sort of shit like that, some sort of negativity, then you need to look inwards and you need to figure out what the fuck is going on in your life that you're being so fucking negative. Because if you're moving towards something, if you're actively working towards your goals, or you're actively working towards success, and you know, you clearly see that you're making progress there, you're not sitting around being upset at other people's success. I mean, maybe some people are, but generally I think they'd be if they're not getting where they want to get to. If you're actively moving there and you see that the steps are working and whatnot, then I don't think you're going to be sitting around being like, oh, you know, I wish that person wasn't successful because it'd make me successful, or some shit like that. I think that's a very, very toxic mindset, and it's really going to keep you back. And I think it's like, you know, that thing that everyone says, like, people They tell you can't do something because they're pushing their insecurities on you because they know that they can't do it. And it's the same with people being like, oh, they didn't deserve this, or they shouldn't be this successful or this famous or this whatever. Like, who the fuck cares, bro? Focus on you. Stop being out here being worried about what other people are doing. Other people are going to succeed or fail without you regardless. Focus on you. If you are sitting around and you care about other people's successes to the point where you wish that they weren't successful, then there's something wrong with you. You need to sit down and gain some self-realization and wonder what the fuck is going wrong with you that you are feeling this way. Are you happy? Are you moving towards where you want to go in life? Or are you just stagnant? Are you just sitting around and just chilling and not moving towards anything, and you're upset about the mediocre life that you're living and you're not doing anything to change it? If that's the case, then it's your fault, innit? Well, you know, sometimes, I think that a lot of it comes down to personal choices and what you do with the situations thrown at you. If you get a lot of terrible situations thrown at you and you sit there and you just don't do anything, then, you know, someone could argue, like you could argue that, you know, it's not my fault. The life flung all this stuff at me. What am I to do? Woe is me. But you know what that changes? Nothing. You can sit around and moan about the world being shit to you all day. You know what the world's going to keep doing? Being shit to you. Yeah? You got to change it around yourself. You got to make your own choices and make a conscious effort to move towards where you want to be in like 5 years time. Where do you want to be? What would make you happy? What kind of life would make you personally happy? You need to understand that. You need to understand how much money you need to live that sort of life, like how much regular income and all that sort of stuff. So you can actually set real attainable goals and move towards where you want to be and achieve happiness, because that's very important at the end of the day. And if you ain't achieving happiness and you're just sitting down there being fucking miserable, you're going to want everyone else to be miserable with you. And that's not good. That's not cool. See, I personally am rooting for everyone's success. Anytime I see someone trying and attempting to do anything that's like outside the box or something that people generally wouldn't be like, okay, go and do that, like not like get a normal job or something, then I hope that they succeed, because I know if they succeed, it's not gonna hurt me. Well, I don't give a shit if they succeed, like, and become the most successful person in the world. That's not gonna stop me from succeeding. It's not gonna do anything to me. If anything, that might even help me, because people will see that, well, they done some shit, maybe I can do some shit. I don't know, but I'm not out here thinking, you know, I wish that person wouldn't succeed. I wish the best for everyone. I want everyone to go out there and succeed at doing what they want to do, because you know what? The truth is, if more people succeed, more people have money to spend, which helps other people succeed because they're able to buy into your stuff. There's more money in the market, so there's more demand. It's all happy days. If everyone's upset and you're the only one successful, there's going to be pitchforks and torches and guns outside your yard in the middle of the night while you're eating a fucking turkey with, I don't know, like a feast and all that sort of shit. The peasants are going to come for you. The peasants are going to come for you, fam. You need to have, like, you should want other people to be successful because it helps you at the end of the day, but you should also just want other people to be happy because then there's less negativity around. And I am not successful at all. I don't believe I'm successful. I don't believe I'm where I want to be at all. I'm definitely moving towards it steadily, and I've been doing so for the past, I don't even know, probably since I was 16, probably since I was 15, if we're getting really real about it, maybe even younger than that. I've been focusing on what I wanted to do and working consistently towards it. And in the past year, I think it started to pay off. Like, bruv, I'm 24 now, yeah? I've been doing this shit since I was 15. Well, trying to work towards a common goal since I was 15. Obviously, I've changed. I pivoted my direction. In the beginning, I was trying to become a musician. Now I'm doing other stuff. But I've always been an entrepreneur at heart, and it's always been entrepreneurial. It's always been about running my own business and doing what I want to do, and not being told what to do, and being able to control my own shit and control my own life and build a life for myself. It's always been that. And throughout the past couple years, I've been steadily moving towards a specific goal, and it seems to be looking up. All the stats are going up, like everything's pointing up. So, you know, I'm very hopeful for the future, but I'm by no means where I want to be in life. By no means, no way where I want to be in life. But I'm happy. I'm not content, but I'm happy when I wake up and I'm able to get down to doing what I want to do. I'm happy that I'm able to make this episode of this podcast, which, you know, some people aren't going to listen to, but I don't give a shit because it doesn't matter. But, you know, I don't know if I'm going to pay the £20 a month to upload this to, what was it? I forgot the thing now. Was it Spreaker? Yeah, I'm unsure. We'll see how I'm feeling at the time of release, because I've spent so much money investing in my next venture and in this book launch and all that sort of stuff. So I really don't want to add more bills to my monthly income or outgoings at this point in time. But I do want to get this podcast out there. I do think that it's going to be a nice place for me to just share my thoughts and whatnot like this. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that, man. There are people who aren't able to do that. If you have access to the internet, then you shouldn't be complaining. Like, action should be what you're doing. If you've got any complaints in your life, then, you know, you can complain once. You can even complain twice. Third time, you should be doing something. You should be putting a plan in motion to solve that problem, to practically move towards a solution. If you're not doing that, then you're just wasting time. You're just sitting out here complaining. Nothing's going to change if you sit out here complaining, because you know what that is? You know what kind of mindset goes through people's heads that just sit down there complaining and expect things to change? They sit down there complain and they expect everyone else in the world to save them. They think, oh, I'm going to sit down here and say, woe is me, life is crap, life should be better, everyone should have fun, please someone else deal with this shit. No one's gonna deal with it. No one cares about you more than you do. Trust me. Maybe your mother, if you got a nice mother or father, but usually, you know what I mean. Generally, no one gives a shit about you more than you do. No one's gonna be out here working for your success harder than you are, ever. So get out of your head that people are going to save you, that someone's going to swoop down and be like, oh, here you go. Here's your future on a silver platter. Take this. And now you can move to having the best life of that you ever dreamed of. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It might happen if you're lucky, but you're better off assuming that it's not going to happen. Because if you assume that, then if it does happen, it's great times. But if it doesn't happen, you're able to create that life for yourself. And I think that's really, really important. Like when I was 16 or whatever, I was thinking, oh, I want a record deal. I want someone to come save me and give me a major deal and make me famous and rich and all that sort of shit. Didn't happen. Probably because I wasn't, you know, the greatest at making music back then. I got better over time. But eventually I realized that wasn't necessary. I didn't need to wait for someone to save me. I could do all this shit myself. I just needed to learn how to do it and put the work in. And I did release many tracks and stuff, which, you know, didn't really make any money. But I put music out there, and I'll be releasing more music this year and whatnot, hopefully, and next year. But now I know what to do. Now I have way more knowledge because I've been out here in the dunya, working, learning how to do shit, gaining skills, learning about marketing and more about business and, you know, that sort of stuff, and how to turn a profit and how to sell shit. Like, I've been out here learning, and I think that's so important, man. It's so important. You don't learn if you're not out here trying to do. or if you're not out here trying to move towards something, or if you're not out here actively trying to learn. And I think it's just so important to be trying to better yourself every day. Even if you have a life that you're content with, you should still try and be better every day, because you can be. You always can be. I think. I don't know anyone who couldn't stand being better. I don't know anyone who's out here who I'd be like, you know what, if that person got a little bit better, that'd be a bit shitty. They should probably stay at the level where they're at. Never ever thought that to myself. So I want you guys to focus on being better. I want you guys to look inwards anytime you're upset at someone else's success, because that just ain't it. That ain't it. You can't be out here being upset that someone else is successful. You should be supporting other people's success. You should be happy for other people to be successful, because you're not, like, anytime I see someone else successful, especially if they look like me, they're from like the same type of background like me, they're black and British, I am super happy for them. Because if they can do some shit, that means that I can do some shit. It means I don't have an excuse. And I think that is what makes a lot of people afraid, and makes a lot of people be like, they don't deserve that, or they're a fluke, or that sort of shit, because they realize that if they can do it, it means you don't have an excuse. And you don't have an excuse. Excuses are the shit that's probably holding you back. Get rid of them. Get rid of them ASAP. Excuses are no good. You need to be trying to look at everything like you did something wrong, and think about how you can fix that, and how you can repair whatever you did. Every action, like, think that everything that's happened to you in your life, well, some things that happen from, you know, other BS, but try and look at it from a way of, how can I solve this problem, instead of, you know, why is this happening to me? You got to stop being reactive to the type of BS that happens in your life, and start being proactive. Start going after what you want. Start moving in the direction that you want to be in. And it's so important, man. It's so important. That's how you create a life that you want to live. And, you know, I'm not here to try and tell everyone, you know, quit your job, stop doing what you're doing, move towards this. If you enjoy what you do, then that's all good. That's all good. But if you don't enjoy what you do, then think about how you can change that, and how you could build a life that you actually enjoy. Because sitting around being upset about life, that's just, it's not great, man. It's not great. Trust me. You don't want to be doing that. So yeah, I just wanted to share some jewels. I just wanted to give you guys, you know, some information and whatnot. And I hope this speech, or this episode, can spur some of you on to move towards your dreams, or some sort of practical goal that you guys can achieve and work towards, that'll make you happy. Because I think just happiness is so important, and I think it's so underlooked. Like, people focus on money or status and this sort of stuff, assuming that it will bring them happiness. Now, to be honest, I don't know if it will. People say that money and status and that sort of shit doesn't bring you happiness. I don't have a clue. Like, I still think maybe it will. It might give you a little bit of happiness, to be honest. Because I ain't got no money or status. Definitely not as much money and status that I'd like. But I'm not sitting around chasing after money and status. That's not my goal. Like, my goal is larger than that. I want to help young entrepreneurs be able to, you know, create a business and make the lives that they want to enjoy, basically. And to do that, I need money. I need status. But the goal isn't money and status. I think if your goal is money and status, then you always want more money and status, because there's always someone else with more money and status. But again, I don't know. All I know is, from coming from a poor background, having more money is always better. So when I see people who are rich saying, yeah, money doesn't buy you happiness and all this sort of BS, I'm like, fuck you, bruv. Have you been poor? Have you been in the poverty? Have you been out here in these streets? Been out here in the dunya? Have you been eating rice and gravy for dinner? If you ain't lived that life, don't come around and fucking tell me that money doesn't buy you happiness. But I do understand the concept, but I think money buys you freedom and it buys you comfort. And I think if freedom and comfort doesn't help you on your road to happiness, then, you know, you got bigger problems and you should sort that out as well. But if you're on a nice baseline and you get some money, you get, you know, freedom and comfort, then it's just going to pump you up. You're just going to be happier at the end of the day. I believe so. But yeah, we'll see. We'll retouch this subject. Does money buy you happiness? When I get rich, I'll come back to it and I'll give you guys the realness, because I don't believe that these rich bastards are giving you the realness. But I do think that if you're just chasing after money, you're just chasing after status, then it's gonna be a hollow journey, and there needs to be a deeper meaning behind these things. And I think that is what really leads to happiness and purpose and all that sort of stuff. But these are just my ramblings. These are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a review and all that good stuff on iTunes. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for listening. If you want to learn how I got over 23,000 subscribers and millions of views on my YouTube gaming channel, then you are in luck. Sign up to this free course right now. Link will be in the card, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. In this course, you will learn the best way to write your video titles, tags, and descriptions to help you rank on the first page of YouTube. It's simple when you know what to do. I'll also show you a hack that will help you choose the right key phrases and help you create videos that can rank and get views no matter what game you play. Stop struggling to grow your YouTube gaming channel and start doing what works. Click on the link in the description or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. This course will not be up forever, so get in there as soon as possible. I hope to see you here soon, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey of turning your passion into your career.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you